What's up, guys? It's Jules. Thanks for joining me for another video, another weekly update. I am back from vacation, and we had a wonderful time. It is May 16th, I believe, today, and doing the video tonight. And yep, we just got back from our cruise, and definitely a, so far, once-in-a-lifetime experience. Best vacation ever took. Had a great time. My husband and I just had a fantastic time. It was everything that we wanted it to be. Now, I'm not going to talk that much about the cruise on this video. I did a whole huge long video, if you haven't already seen it, that I released a couple of days, yesterday maybe? I don't know. I'm going to put the link up here somewhere for you guys to go check it out, but it is on this channel, so you may have already seen it. So, but it's pretty long, and it's just basically, it's almost like a travelogue of the whole trip. At least the cruise part. I haven't done anything about Seattle, but anyway, everything was just fantastic. Really no problems. Everything was just fantastic. So I didn't get a lot of cross stitch done, believe it or not. I wasn't sure. It was funny because before I went, some of you guys were like, well, you're going to have all kinds of time to do cross stitch. You're going to get a lot done. And then other people were like, you're not going to touch it. And so there's going to be so many other things for you to do. You're just not going to touch it. And it really, if I had wanted to, if I was really in the mood for it, I could have gotten a lot of cross stitch done, because we did spend, all right, I'll go back and talk about it just a little bit. We did spend a lot of time just kind of sitting and watching the sea, looking for animals and things like that. And so we relaxed a lot. So there was an opportunity to do it. But the only time I actually sat down to cross stitch was after dinner one night on the back of the boat, and I think we were in port, so there wasn't a lot of people around, and the boat wasn't really moving, and it was just very quiet, and I just felt like stitching. And I stitched on Ronnie Rowe just a little bit. I got page 4 started, and that was about all that I did. Now, all I did is I took this with me, my little project bag. I was able to squeeze in, I squeezed in E pluribus unum here. I squeezed in, if you can't tell, yes, I am getting over a little bit of a cold. I got sick, of course, while I was on vacation, and I ended up, I think the worst day was the day we came back, and then I've been getting better ever since. And even though I feel a lot better today, my voice is not 100% yet, and I'm still sneezing a little bit. Don't worry, you're not going to catch anything. Don't worry about it. So I took E pluribus unum, and I actually took Reaper. And I took Reaper, and I even took the magnifiers, and I didn't stitch a bit on that. And so, I just didn't feel like it. I didn't find a place where I was just like, oh, this is my stitching spot. And even though they had like, I think at least a couple of times during the cruise, they had like meetups for people if they wanted to knit, or do things like that, a crafting group, and I could have gone to that. I just didn't. I was sort of wanting to stay away from people for the most part, just kind of have it be us and be quiet. So, and I didn't even really, I thought about stitching on the plane. I didn't even really stitch on the plane, and I haven't stitched since I got home. So, we've been pretty busy, just getting everything back in order, and getting, I had to get the video out, and there was a lot of editing to do with that, and I did that yesterday. So I wanted to get this video done so I can actually sit down and watch some hockey tonight, and get some more stuff done. So so we're just going to kind of fly through a couple cross-stitch related things here, and then it's going to be a short video because there's, as far as stitching, there's just not a lot to talk about other than, say, future plans. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So let me show you the only thing I got done since the last time that I saw you guys. So I'm going to keep it in the hoop for you. But I started working on Ronnie Rowe. So you can clearly see what I got. I got that little bit, and then I got all this down here. So now what is very cool about this is that when I pulled out the page, and I can't show you the pattern, I'm sorry, but this last part is so, it's probably like close to this sort of density up here. So it's nothing like what I just did. Like, this page definitely was the most dense and the most time consuming, but the this last page is not going to take nearly as long as the last one did. So, that we're going to get to that in just a second. But I definitely am pretty happy about I got at least a little bit done, and that I realized pretty quickly that this is something that is going to be a priority for me to get done over the next few months, I think. The other piece of news, cross-stitching wise, excuse me, still sick, when I got back, I finally took a look at the results of the poll for Rainy Waterloo Place. I looked at the poll. I also looked at the comments, because about a half a dozen folks actually put their votes in the comments, which is totally cool. In the end, let's look at this again. I have it around here somewhere, because honestly, oh wait, is that it? When I did the videos that I released while I was gone, so I did those the Thursday before we left. I filmed the videos and then got them all ready, and then just scheduled them to be shown, and was very pleased that they actually got published when I wanted them to be published. But let's go back and look at Rainy Waterloo Place. And I'd asked you guys where we should go next. Should we go across or down? Meaning, is that Bob and Phil? I think that's their names. Go across here or go down here and fill this in more. And 58% of you picked across. So we're going to be doing across next. And what that's going to look like, got my tiny little photo here. So the umbrella, and then a little bit on the top of this carriage right here. But that's going to be the next part, guys. That's what we're going to work on. So got my pen, and I just need to go ahead and trace out the grid, and we'll be good to get started. So I'll be super happy about that. So going to work on that this week. Got to get that started. That's about it as far as cross-stitch stuff, guys. Can you believe that? This is like the least informative, educational, probably fun video that I have done probably since my first video. But anyway, so but now that I'm back, I still have all this stuff out here, so I've got to basically pull everything back downstairs. I still have all 16 of my cross-stitching t-shirts sitting out here, and I'm glad you guys liked that video. That was a fun one to do. I have a way to, oh, speaking of t-shirts, it's a new t-shirt, but it's a it's cruise t-shirt. So this one said Victoria, Canada. So I actually really liked it because it was purple and it was really light, and I just really liked it a lot. I liked it way more than I liked the town. I'm sorry if you are from Victoria, but I didn't dislike it. I just really liked Alaska a lot more, and Victoria was more of a upscale touristy city, and it just didn't jive with me very well. Although they did have fantastic poutine, and I talk about that in the video, and some good fish and chips, and it was really good. It was really tasty. But yeah, so I still got all that stuff over here, so I gotta put all my t-shirts back up, and I gotta track down my patterns, and I mean, before we left, I was just scattering stuff to the four winds, and all I know is that nothing is downstairs where it normally is. Everything is all over the house. So that is tonight and tomorrow to get started on, and yeah, I gotta find stuff. So, so we're gonna do that and track down things like Boba Fett, track down the project that I'm doing for my my mom and dad-in-law, track down a lot of things. And so it's time to buckle down, because my husband was like, you talked a lot about the cruise in the weeks leading up to your video, and I know I did. I was so focused on that. And then I also know that even a couple weeks before we went, that I wasn't stitching nearly as much as I usually do. So there is nothing on the horizon for us in terms of any sort of big thing to do. So now it's just a matter of just getting back into the routine and getting going. So it was like a little mini vacation from stitching, which you always got to have one of those every once in a while, just to kind of, I don't know, find a fresh start and feel really good about it. So, so yeah, so I mean, so focuses this week are basically just to get everything organized back again, and get back into the routine. We're starting a new page on Rainy Waterloo Place. We're continuing some good progress on Ronnie Rowe. I'd like to get more done on E Pluribus Unum. I'd like to get back on Old World Map 2. I mean, you name it. All the projects that I have. What happened to my framing projects here? What happened? I didn't even realize they had fallen down. See, that's how long I hadn't looked at this. Oh, look at this horrible framing job I did. Stormtrooper, Old World Map 2. Go down there. All right. So, oh wait. I'll show you a few things first that I got. So when I go on trips, I get two things. I get t-shirts. I got a lot of t-shirts. And I get magnets, because that's my little collectible thing. That's all I do. So let's see. I first got... they're all stuck together. Come here. So we were in Seattle for a day, and I got this Pike Place Market, Seattle. That's the guys that throw the fish. We saw that. That was cool. And that was really neat. It's crazy. And then we walked down the strip, and strip, like they have a strip. They don't have a strip. The market was really, really cool. We went to the aquarium. So I got just a basic Seattle aquarium otter thing. So I got that. And then this is like, my husband really liked this one, and this reminded us of us. So we hold hands in our sleep so we never drift apart. So we like that one a whole lot. And so it was a super sweet. So I got those there. And then we went to Juneau, and I got this cool magnet there, just of the different, I don't really see the crab shack, but I'm sure it's there. But anyway, that's kind of what Juneau looks like without cars. And so I got that one. And then I got this one is more of a, it's not really a magnet. This actually ended up being like a Christmas tree ornament. And we got a couple of them, but we thought, you know, Juneau, Alaska with a cruise ship. I mean, it's just a piece of wood. It was with a little, we didn't see any whales, but we thought that was pretty cool. So I don't know why I was thinking that was a magnet, but we did get, like I said, we got another, I think we were in Skagway, and we got a Christmas ornament that we really liked because it had like the year on it, and so I hope it didn't break. I know where it's at. It's in the other room, but it's sticking to me. Let's see. And then we went to Skagway, Chilkoot Pass, Skagway, Alaska. I just really like the artwork. I forget who does this, but this is a semi-famous artist that you can see the reflection of my light setup here. There's no possible way to prevent that, but anyway, so sorry. All right, I got that one, and then I got one from Ketchikan, another little artsy one with the cruise ship on it. How cool is that? What does it say? The salmon capital of the world. Yeah, apparently it's the salmon capital of the world. So, but when we were there, we did not eat salmon. We had crab pot. We had a crab pot there. So, okay, guys. Yeah, one of the shortest videos I've ever done easily, but you know, there's almost an hour's worth of cruise video that you guys can watch if you really want to see what happened on the cruise. We had a great time. So, you know, thank you guys for all the comments. I finally got through them all, I think, yesterday. There were so many of them in the end. I just sort of had to acknowledge them. I responded to very few, and I apologize for that. But it was just, I just can't, I didn't have the time, and I don't have the time to follow up, but I will be better going forward. So, because we don't have any plans to go anywhere for quite a while, or even, I mean, I don't have any plans, period. So, but yeah, so other than that, not personal, all the fish survived. I know, go figure. I couldn't believe it either. I put in one of those like little things that are supposed to like trickle off food like periodically. They were all still alive. Axolotl did great. All the dogs did great while we were gone. So yeah, everything was really, really good. Little Jelly, the Greek refugee dog, her mama is coming in town. She has a very busy week ahead. Her mama that's come back from Greece is in town this week, and we're going to run over to work tomorrow so that they can see each other for the first time in a year. And then on Friday, Jelly's actually having surgery because she tore her other ACL. So when I first got her, she had torn her first one, and we got that fixed. And so a year later, she tore her second one. So we're going to do that on Friday. So so she has a very busy week ahead of her, but she'll be all right. She'll be all right. But yeah, otherwise everything was great. Cat was great. We pretty much 2 big, huge litter boxes with a big bowl of food and a bunch of water bowls, and he was fat and sassy when we came back. It figures, right? And so, but he's fine. Everything went well. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh wait, one more thing. What do you call it? Recommendation. Have you guys seen the movie Coco? the Disney animated movie. I'm sure like all of you guys went, well, of course, it was so good. It won an Oscar and you know. And so we've been wanting to see it for a really long time, and I didn't really know anything about it, but my husband had always been, he loves those musical animated movies. He loved Moana. And he was just like, you know, we need to see Coco. And I was like, oh, okay. And when he says Coco, I think of our little dog Coco. So I just don't know what I was thinking. But on the cruise, they actually had, in our room, they had a TV, and they had 2 different movie channels that were rotating through like about maybe a half a dozen movies. And Coco kept coming up. And so I would watch, you know, like the first half an hour, and then we'd have to go do something. And then the next day we'd catch it, and then I'd watch like the first hour and whatnot. And I fell in love with that movie. I never got to see the end of it. I missed like the last 15, 20 minutes of it every time. And so when we got home, it was like the first thing we did was like purchase it off of Amazon and downloaded it and watched the whole thing. And I cried buckets of tears at the end, but happy tears. They were good tears. And but I love it. I think it's my favorite Disney movie now. I love so many different things about it. And if you enjoy animated movies, if you like good music with movies, if you like good stories about family, or even Mexican stories, I mean, it's just fantastic. There's so many different wonderful things about it. But that was the other thing that I took home from the trip, was that I developed a love of Coco. Mama, and now I call our little Coco, who's also what, I also call her Mama Coco. And so she's got like 5 different nicknames. So now I'm done. I promise. Okay. All right. I'm going to go down and have dinner and go stitch and watch hockey. So, cross stitch! And happy stitching. And I'm very happy to be back. And I hope you guys had a great time while I was gone. You didn't party in my house, did you? You better not have partied in my house. It didn't look like it. It was already a disaster. So anyway, I'll catch you guys really, really soon. I'll see you this weekend for Stitch With Me. I have no clue as to what we're doing because I still just got to get everything organized. So I'll see you soon, and take care.